101 Underground Riders, the official clothing company of the World Sidecarcross Championship. www.101riders.com. Partners of WSC are Zabel, 101 Underground Riders, Denicol Lubricants, fimsidecarcross.com and Motorsport TV. Hello again, folks, and welcome to Switzerland. Not far from the Swiss-French border sits a village called Roggenburg, this year the venue for the penultimate round of this year's World Sidecarcross Championship. Normally you could hear a pin drop here, but not when the tough guy sport comes to town. The WSC season is drawing to its close and we, of course, have not missed a thing. And this weekend in Switzerland, we could also have a new champion. So Grand Prix number 11 this year was on a traditional hillside motocross track, and to find out what happened, stick with us for the next 26 minutes, but do hold tight. And if you're ready, we are, so let's go. And what's coming up today? Well, for sure the Saturday qualifying. Then we'll have a look back over this astonishing 2018 season. And then, of course, Sunday's 2 Grand Prix races, so sit back and enjoy. The first half of the season spelt real trouble for the top 3 teams, and this was far too tempting for the men in waiting. Marvin van Luken and Koen Hermans took their chances and dominated the top 2 places in the championship table. And it was the 8th Grand Prix before defending champion Etienne Bax tasted victory, followed by Daniel Willemsen in Germany. But then again, the young guns triumphed as Koen Hermans and Nicolas Musset did the business in Stelpia, Latvia. This was a momentous result for Hermans, marking his debut victory against world-class opposition. In the overall table, Hermans and Musset stayed second, as Marvin van Luken and Ben van den Boogaard scored well too. And this is how the other 6 look. It's a long haul from Latvia to Switzerland, but the teams had plenty of time to get ready for the penultimate event of the season. And it all winds up on French soil, in fact not too far away from here in Vesoul. The name of the Roggenburg track is Stelly, and it's a big scary one. Over 1,800 metres long and at least 6 metres wide. It's a hard-packed clay-type surface with plenty of stones, and it gets very slippery when it's wet too. It only gets used once a year and always for the World Sidecarcrosses. Roggenburg is like home to the Austrians Benjamin Weiss and Patrick Schneider, and they have a strong following here by their fans.
We can say it's a home GP, and it's just 220 kilometers from home. And yeah, I like the track. It's one of my favorite ones, and so we had a good time. It's very wet on the track, but yeah, it's good for us.
In the start of the first of two qualifiers, the Belgian-French crew of Arno Dierkens and Luc Rostain came out best, with Marvin van Lukenen and Ben van den Bogart charging, followed by defending champion Etienne Bax. Arno Dierkens and Luc Rostain had to fight for every single inch of the way. And they found themselves battling with another young challenger, the Dutchman Julian Veldman. This was for third place, with Veldman ending up fourth as Dierkens got the verdict. Van Lukenen held second and gave himself every chance for Sunday's race. But dominating Q1, it was Etienne Bax and Kasper Stupelis. Following these four crews came another 8, all going through automatically to Sunday's Grand Prix. A big favourite for Q2 was Frenchman Valentin Giraud, who loves the Roggenburg track.
My feeling is good. In the pre-quali we did the fastest lap time, so that was a long time ago when I did that, and it's come back. The feeling was good on the track. Track was better in our practice, and we had some grip, and yeah, I felt okay.
The second qualifier proved to be the hunting ground of Daniel Willemsen and Robbie Bax. Behind them it was Stuart Brown and Joe Millard, with Giraud and the Italian Compolati fighting for third. Roggenburg works well for the left-handed sidecars, and again this year it was true. George Kinch and Lewis Gray, Jake Brown and Zach Snell, as well as Brett Wilkinson and Dan Chamberlain, all made it through for Britain. But none of the top men failed, and soon Hermans and Mousset were in second and chasing Willemsen and Bax. Valentin Giraud and Johnny Badair were strong in third, with Hermans unable to break down Willemsen. The Dutch veteran wrapped it up and secured second pick of the gate for Sunday's races. Eleven other crews could sleep easy tonight with automatic qualification. So that was Saturday qualifying, but before we talk about last chance, here's an interesting topic for you. For over 10 years, Holland has been effectively a Sidecarcross academy, developing young talent. This initiative is called Kids and Sidecars. So where did that come from?
Bart Notten is an European champion from the FIM in 1971, and he saw that there were no new teams arriving. They started all to old, so he's getting with Koen Hermans, try to let him ride with the big boys. If they know what Kids and Sidecars is, then if everybody knows, they will let them ride. They know Bart Notten, and they know now Kids and Sidecars. How more they know about the sidecar racing and how to do it. We need competition, we need races, not just only the training.
Big names who went through this academy include Koen Hermans, Marvin van Lukenen, Julian Veldman, Glenn Janssens and many others. The results of this exercise speak for themselves loudly in the World Championship. Kids and Sidecars is a great initiative, and we'll be keeping an eye on it for the future. It deserves recognition. But now we're back to the job in hand, where 6 more crews made it through from last chance. And here's here they are. These 6 can sleep well tonight too. But before we get to Sunday, let's remind ourselves of some important facts. The surprisingly young Marvin van Lukenen teamed up with the 3 times world champion Dutchman Ben van den Boogaard. The pair kicked off the season with 3rd in Holland, 2nd in France, and rounded out a great start to the year in GP3 in Spain. It was here that Marvin van Lukenen, for the first time in his career, tasted the unique joy of overall victory.
I can't believe that this is our first victory overall. But yeah, we do our best and it was a good start, a good race, and yeah, finally.
No one knew this was just the start. The 4th Grand Prix took place in Ukraine and the Belgian-Dutch pair were at it again. Race 1 and they were 3rd, but in race 2 they triumphed and once again climbed to the top of the pile. Then it was off to the Czech Republic and the world-famous Kremlin track for more action. And here Marvin and Ben reach yet another milestone together. You know what this means? There it is, double victory. But the winning streak was not over yet. The whole circus packed up and moved to Sasis in Latvia and Eastern Europe. This was the scene of another masterclass by the championship leaders. Marvin van Lukenen and Ben van den Boogaard had 4 victories in a row before the upcoming race in Estonia. And they did it again. Could nothing stop them? With an incredible 5 wins on the trot, Marvin and Ben enjoyed a handsome lead, putting them on course for the title before the end of the season. Did that happen? Well, don't go away. The real nitty-gritty in Sidecarcross is all about the 2 Grand Prix races which take place on Sunday. In Switzerland, even more so because we could have new champions. On Sunday morning, Dutch superstar Etienne Bax was in a great mood.
That's what you need.
This track always is very good. We feel good on this track, and yeah, I think we have made good steps last week. We did train hard on the starts, and I think we make progress in that. Yeah, we must see how it goes. We feel happy about our riding, and hopefully we can make a nice end of season.
But this day could easily be an historic one in the career of a very young Belgian. Marvin van Lukenen, though, was as calm as ever, with no pressure showing whatsoever. What a boy.
Yeah, the feeling is very good, but nervosity is very well. I know it's a race like another. Yes, I know also that it can happen today, but we have 2 races to go, and we will see. It's very important here to start, and then the rest of the race, no mechanical problems, and I think that's the most important what can happen.
The stage was therefore set for race 1 on Sunday, and 30 minutes plus 2 laps lay ahead. So let's see how they all got on. Was a cracking start by the two Belgians, Davy Sanders and Arno Dierkens, as well as Marvin van Luckenen. No nerves at all as the championship leader went ahead, followed by Arno Dierkens from Sanders with Valentin Giraud fourth. Etienne Bax once more screwed up his start. These four crews kept at it hammer and tongs, with Giraud pushing Sanders and Haller for third. At the front, Van Luckenen and Van den Bogart eased away a touch. In fifth were Koen Hermans and Nicolas Mousset, sixth Julian Veldman and Glenn Janssens, and seventh Bax and Stupilis. It was a Belgian 1-2-3 at the front with Van Luckenen, Dierkens and Sanders. Etienne Bax and Casper Stupilis were struggling by their standards. Such was their urgency, even they got it spectacularly wrong and dropped further down the order. But as we know, they're made of stern stuff and they battled on. This is where the double world champion trained with Estonia, Kurt Varik. He failed miserably here too. Davy Sanders and Andres Haller had a very good race, as did Brett Wilkinson and Dan Chamberlain. Wilkinson in particular loved it. The track suited the left-hand chair. Don't forget, most of the great Swiss had left-handed chairs. Stuart Brown and Joe Millard, on the other hand, were not so happy. They retired. Meanwhile, up front, Valentin Giraud and Johnny Badair were flying as they attacked Van Luckenen and Van den Bogart. With Van Luckenen now in second, Veldman smelt blood and went for it. Van Luckenen, though, was playing it cool and happy to take good points without taking silly risks. So we had new leaders. Giraud and Badair were impressive, with Veldman and Janssens in second and the ice-cool Van Luckenen third. Giraud was now on his way to his first ever victory with Badair, but he promised much and his fellow countrymen had risen to the task. Now it was time for Giraud to deliver, and he did. And that's how the result looks for the top six in race 1, 2 and 3. And the next six down to 12th place. Sidecarcross is dramatic stuff, and there was plenty going on in race 1 at Roggenburg. But there was huge respect for the young Van Luckenen, who with passenger Ben is so much in control. It was also an excellent showing by Veldman and Janssens, with 22 points for second and a great desire to win from Giraud and Badair.
Finally, the last GP we almost did the podium, but today we won the first race, and yeah, actually I never expected that my passenger can do that. He come from so far, and the first training we made together some months ago was completely different than what we do today, and yeah, I'm happy because yeah, that was a long time without victory, and I'm also really happy for Johnny.
But the rules are clear. Once is not enough. You need to score well in both races. So let's see who delivered in Roggenburg and if we found our new 2018 champion right here. Another unbelievable start by Arno Dierkens and Luke Rostang saw them edge out Van Luken and Van den Bogart, with race one winner Giro Badair on fire with determination. So it was Dierkens from Van Luken and Giro, with Bax fourth this time. Dierkens and Rostang have grown in confidence and they get off the line better than anyone at the moment. Despite Saturday rain, race 2 was quite dusty, so those in front could at least see where they were going. The top three were well established at the front, but Bax eased closer and nibbled away at Giro. But on lap 3, Valentin Giro knocked his kill switch over a jump and the engine died. Quick as a flash, he fired it up again and was back in the action immediately. Brett Wilkinson, meanwhile, was having another fantastic ride and was now hooked up with the Chomak brothers. Arno Dierkens lost his lead and was now busy keeping Etienne Bax out of his hair. That vast experience told in the end, with Bax and Stubelis moving past Dierkens into second place. But there's good luck and bad luck. Try a wobbly passenger handrail. To ride with a loose one is well nigh impossible. When it eventually goes all together, there's no chance, so it's game over, but full respect for trying. But Giro and Badair deserve respect too. They were back up to third place. In second were Hermans and Mousset, who after the first race finished up fourth overall. Eventual winners of the Grand Prix were Marvin van Luken and Ben van den Bogart, also becoming the new world champions for 2018 on the way. It has to be said they did it in style. Not for them playing safe, they went for it. Marvin van Luken has made history in becoming the youngest world champion driver at this sport. In the League of Passengers, this honour is held by the legendary Kasper Stupelis, who did it even earlier at the age of 21. Third in Switzerland were Julian Veldman and Glenn Janssens.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the end of the second heat. Yeah, we could have think on the podium, but we have to start last because the bike stopped. And yeah, we come from last to seventh, and yeah, we'll be on the podium now, and I'm very happy.
For the first time with Johnny Badair, it's a podium for a delighted Valentin Giro.
Yeah, crazy day. Feeling it's for sure good. I promise to Johnny when we start together, then my goal is to let him go on the podium before the end of the season, and then it's done. So still one GP to go, and yeah, well, we want to win a GP now for the next time.
Johnny, what about you? First podium in a GP. Are you happy?
See, happy.
But the big celebrations were reserved for the new champions Marvin van Luken and Ben van den Bogart, and rightly so.
Before the season we were all happy with top 3, I think, but now world champion, it's crazy, it's crazy.
Yes, it is the fourth time, but every time is still the most special day of your life, and especially when you can help Marvin to become his dream, then yeah, it's one of the most emotional days of my life.
Well, the title is won, but there's one more GP yet to do in Vesoul. That's France, a few days' time. The focus will be on the battle to make it into the elite top 10. That'll be a big one, I promise you. It's a first career title for Marvin van Leeuwen and a fourth championship for Ben van den Bogart. That's a good place to end. See you in France. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
I dream of a path that never was and ask why not. We never stop, still going when you finish. And even when we bleed, still believe that we can win this. We got what's underneath, you're all about that image. We never even stop at the top, no limits. Champions, and we're the champions. And we're the champions. And we're the champions. So bring it on.
Partners of WSC are Zabel, 101 Underground Riders, Denicol Lubricants, fimsidecarcross.com and Motorsport TV. 101 Underground Riders, the official clothing company of the World Sidecar Cross Championship. www.101riders.com